Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Lesson 7. Alright, today we're going to look at the uses of in hand, at hand, and on hand. Yeah, students come across these a lot, and sometimes it's not clear when you should use each one. So today we're going to cover the uses of all of them. They're all in certain situations. Alright, first look at the definition of in hand. In hand means in one's possession, meaning you own it or you have it. Or you could say under one's control. A situation could be under your control. Or literally in one's hand, you're actually holding it. Or in the process of being settled. Alright, so let's look at the first example. The first example is the new babysitter has everything in hand. Alright, this one means under one's control. She has the situation under control. No problem, she can handle it. She has a lot of experience babysitting many children at the same time, so you can feel confident. You might hear this in the office. Maybe the boss wants to make sure that a supervisor has the situation in hand, basically under control. Everything is going smoothly. That's what they mean by in hand in that sort of situation. The second example is we already have all the documents needed in hand. This means in one's possession. They may not physically be in your hand, but you have them. You have them under your control. You already own them. So it's in hand in that sense. The third example here is with a pen in hand. Now that is meaning literally or physically in hand. With a pen in hand, he began to write. Yeah. Or maybe with cash in hand, she was anxious to spend it, something like that. So that means actually physically in your hand. Okay, let's look at number 4. We are hoping for a resolution soon to the negotiations in hand. Well, this one is, at the end here, if we say in the process of being settled. So it's not completely finished yet, it's not completely settled, but hopefully it will. Hopefully there'll be an agreement or there'll be an answer soon. So we say in the process of being settled. Okay, good. That's all the uses of in hand. At hand focuses on near in time, especially time or place. Could be both. So the first example is some business analysts think there is another financial crisis at hand. Maybe it's going to happen soon. Maybe within several months. Maybe the beginning of next year. Something like that. They know it's coming. They may not be able to tell you the exact day that it's going to happen, but it's coming. It's at hand. Kind of like the way we use the word imminent sometimes, meaning something's going to happen very soon. But it's hard to pinpoint the exact day, to say exactly which day. Okay, good. Let's look at the second one. The weather forecast predicts there is a serious typhoon at hand, so you had better make preparations before it hits. This one almost kind of focuses on both a time and place at the same time. At hand, it may, a lot of times we look at the weather forecast and we see the little swirling motion, and you see it getting closer and closer to the place it's going to strike or it's going to hit. It's at hand. It could be in place, literally. It could also be at hand. So that's a good example because that almost touches on both time and place at the same time. Okay, now we say on hand, when we have something on hand. Readily available if needed. So, easy to get to, or easy to have, or easy to use if the situation requires it. That's what we mean by readily available if needed. Alright, let's look at the examples. Number 1 here. Most theaters have an understudy on hand. Yeah, that's an actor or an actress that if something should happen to the main character of the play, you have somebody to replace them, because anything could happen. They could, they can get into an accident that day, or they could get food poisoning, something like that. So they have to have somebody ready. What's the old phrase? The show must go on. So they want to make sure that they don't have to return the money. You can't have the play without the star. So they will have to have somebody that knows her lines, that knows her part. That's an understudy. So let's look at the example again. Most theaters have an understudy on hand. So, if necessary, when ready. If something should happen to the main actor in a play. And of course, remember, we could use the word actor for both a male actor or an actress too. Okay, good. Let's look at the second example. We have another fully charged battery on hand. If this one should run out of energy, again, it's ready. If the bad thing should happen, like the battery's running out of energy, you have another one nearby, just in case of the emergency, or just in case, if the situation requires it or needs it. Then we say you have something on hand. So on hand has a lot to do with preparation before time. In case some bad thing should happen, you have something else nearby, somebody else can take care of it. Again, at hand means, near in time or place. Something might be about to happen. In hand, well, in hand has several things. Again, in one's possession, in one's hand, under control, or in the process of something being settled. Okay, good. Well, I hope that makes things clearer for anyone that was a little perplexed about the uses of in hand, at hand, and on hand. Okay, thank you very much.